Canada Immigration Minister and Prime Minister of Canada, Mr. Justin, finally announced four biggest immigration reforms before their departure, in 2025 elections, and they just want to win the Canadian trust and Canadian country and Canadian nationals and opposition party. They just want to show that we had put immigration at right track. They were not taking such steps. They knew these informations, what they are telling now to the media, but they did not take such steps. I will also analyze it's good for immigrants or it's bad for immigrants. But there are some good news in these four biggest Canadian immigration informations which Migration Minister Mark Miller announced, endorsed by Canadian Prime Minister of Justin. One by one I will explain. First of all, I will give you highlight, then I will explain. First of all, they are telling that LMIA approved work permits which are fake, we are going to cancel. They are telling that they are developing a system by which any fraud or fake work permit issued by LIMIA that will be cancelled automatically. And now people who were purchasing a LIMIA letter by giving money, and that was happening actually. The many workers who had money, they were purchasing a LIMIA letter, and companies were taking money and they were giving jobs on taking dollars, and that jobs basically were being sold. And then LIMIA was approving letter, and due to which the people who had money, they were being entertained and they were getting their permanent residence, because when you will get LIMIA approval job, there are very bright chances to get the to get the permanent residence. And the people who were eligible, and but they were having no money, and this is all things were going against merit. And if I will analyze this news, it will be very better for genuine applicant. If you are going to Canada and you are getting work permit, you did listen any person get work permit without giving money. Consultants, agents in the Canada are charging huge money, and due to which people are suffering, and the genuine people are not able to go to Canada, not able to work in Canada, and that's why Canada is also suffering. The current deprivedness of immigration system and current apologies by Canadian Prime Minister Justin for entering some fake workers, some fake immigrants who were not actually suitable for Canada is just because of this LIMIA fraud. People, companies have links in LIMIA, and the companies are earning money by taking here many $1,000 they are charging to the workers of overseas and to the tourist visa holders and the people who are students in the Canada, and they are telling that we will give you offer only that if you will pay us money. And when they are paying huge money, the people who are genuine, they deserve those jobs, they are not able to get. That's why the actually PR was being sold, because the people who was getting work permit, they were paying money to the LIMIA and the companies. Now the migration minister is showing intention. We knew these information, and they were not taking steps because they were thinking that system is running and that is successfully people working. But now currently they analyzed a lot of work permit holders, a lot of PR holders, they were not useful, and the people who were actually had skills, they were not coming through this channel because they were not paying money to the companies. Now they did compulsion to check the companies who are giving work permit, they are actually deserve those people or not. Mean that it's very simple. The Canada offering companies, if you will not find worker from you Canadian citizens, then you can invite worker from student visa holders, from overseas workers, from outside the country, and you can get permission from LIMIA. So what these companies are doing, such jobs were available in Canadian citizens available, but they don't hire Canadian citizens. They do business. They invite those people from overseas to invite from other countries, charging many $1,000. And then when that person entered into the Canada, he is without skills. Here another mistakes companies are doing, that even they are charging money, that's okay, a little a bit acceptable, because they are giving a status of Canadian PR to a tourist visa holders, overseas person, but still they are not checking their skills. Mean that they are checking just dollars. That a person who will pay more dollars will be given more earlier LIMIA approved work permit. This is the first change the Canadian migration system is doing, and I think it's perfectly right, because by this way the genuine immigrants, I think that is good news for those people who just want to grow themselves without giving money, and they are relying on their skills. Now companies will be bound to appoint a genuine skilled workers, and when genuine skilled workers who will definitely, when they will not pay money, they will be based on their skills, they will be based on the merits, and when they will be appointed, they will work with full devotion. And when they will work with full devotion, the Canadian economy and the Canadian government will definitely will raise the head. So this is a very positive step. I don't think it's against immigrants. Normally social media is advertising that Canadians are doing some negativities, some in the immigration against immigrants. They are just taking steps against fake processing of the migrants. Second change they are doing, they are going to cancel visas and the work permit holders, the people who are not genuine. And they are making a much effective system by which they will check that that student is genuine, that work permit holder is genuine, and if they will just assess that those work permit holders or student visas are not genuine, they are not issued to the genuine individuals, those visas, those documents, those immigration documents will be cancelled, as Mark Miller announced. This is also, I think, not bad news. Bad news is only for the fake immigrants. It's not bad news for the genuine immigrants. Second one, they are talking about that when your work permit is over, now you need to renew your work permit online. This is also a good activity. I mean, you don't need to go any office. You don't need to go any type of physical activity. You need to upload your documents. You need to upload, fulfill all requirements. And when you will be eligible, you will be given extension, and when you will not be given extension, that is the paper flag, means you need to go out from the Canada. Similarly, if you are student, you just need to provide all essential details that you are eligible to work in Canada. And requirements, I already explained. Now earlier requirements were easier, now you need to do IELTS once again, you need to do another job offer from a good company, and you are also need to show your documents, your qualification which you got from Canadian university or college, and that should be authentic, your attendance and your character certificate and your all requirements regarding the work permit, new requirements under new laws. If you fulfill, definitely you will get the PGWP, and if you will not fulfill, you have to leave Canada. So these are the biggest changes Canadian government is planning and implementing, and they want to show, liberal government want to show to the opposition party and in the elections to the Canadian citizens, we are going to correct our immigration system. We confesses the mistakes. Although immigration system is very useful for Canada, but there are 25% people who inoculating the by wrong way and by wrong skills, and they are damaging our economy and they are damaging our housing. They are developing housing crisis. We are going to control by effective system. So this is the basic objective of the new immigration rules. Another rules, they are also making that some people who are not able to extend their work permit, normally they goes to the border, and by the border they got permission by another way, they are closing that package also. Mean that now you need to apply online with genuine documents. If you are eligible, Canada will allow you to stay permanently, and if you are not eligible, the Canada will say that you have to go back to the home country. The biggest changes which now I am naming, I think limia. I think this should be the breaking news in immigration world, that Canada now will not entertain any people who are charging money and selling work permit. Two countries are mostly victim in selling work permit. One is United Kingdom and one is the Canada. These two countries are developed countries. Now in last, as I was expecting that when water will be filled up in bottle, when immigrants will be filled up in the bottle, then UK and Canada will assess that by selling work permit. Of course, we are getting thousands and thousands of dollars in our banks, and that's why Canadian government, I think, was not taking step, because one person was paying many $1,000 to the companies, and those dollars were going into the banks of Canada, increasing the economy. But that person without skill, when he will get PR, will definitely spoil Canada throughout the life, and he will be a burden on Canada, and Canada will definitely develop a lot of financial and professional troubles in long run. Thank you very much.